This story begins with a girl named Kaoru who was working in her office. It was very late, and her friends called her and asked when she would come because they had a night out plan. Kaoru told them that she had drunk her energy drink and would come soon. While walking on the road, she stopped at a shop with a glass and thought that her life might not have any excitement, but she was stable. Suddenly she felt dizzy and there was a blackout. A god started apologizing to her for his mistake, but she said that it was okay. But he said he was just doing his distortion phenomenon and she was in front and got hurt. He managed to preserve her soul barely, but in the world, doctors had declared her dead, so he couldn't help her. But he offered her an alternative way. She was with her family and told them about her reincarnation, but it was just a dream meeting. Her family was so happy for her, and they told her to enjoy herself in the new world, and she left. She was in front of the god and thought that she had also seen off her friends. Before the process, she asked him that in the new world, there would be more injuries and her survival rate would be less than 1, so he had to give her some powers as compensation. He agreed and she went to Celestine, who was the god of Reverie. Celestine told her that she was obsessed with the god of earth and because of her she got the chance to meet him, and she would give her whatever she would ask. Kaoru had vicious intentions and asked her if the Reverie world had monsters and magic. Celestine said yes and Kaoru asked her for the power to make any potion with the desired effect. She told her that the god of the earth would mind it if Celestine refused her and she agreed. Kaoru also told her that she wanted the potion in her desired container and Celestine agreed. Now the process started, and Kaoru asked for her last wish to be friends with Celestine. The process was completed, and Kaoru woke up in a new place and was angry because she was able to understand what birds were saying. But it was her ability in this world that she could read and write any language. She got her forehead injured and thought to test her ability, and a potion appeared in her hand. When she drank it, her wound got healed. She cleaned her head and checked the item box, but it was empty. She thought that Celestine had kept her promise, but was angry that she didn't put anything useful in it. Now she started walking with great excitement but got tired after the long walk and now was able to see the town. She used a potion to recover her tiredness. When she went to the town, she thought that she would sell her potions to get money, and when she saw the lights there, she was happy because she thought that it was magic stones. Now she went to a guild, and when she entered, the bell on the door vibrated and everyone started staring at her and she was embarrassed. Now when she told the guild girl about her potions, she refused to take them because she only gives money for the goods. Kaoru was disappointed. The guild girl told her to sell her potions to a pharmacist or a doctor, but the pharmacist was closed, and the doctor was out of town. Kaoru was disappointed, but the girl told her that she could give her a folding bed but only for tonight, and Kaoru felt happy and joyful. For food, the girl allowed her to sell her things to the customers and Kaoru started telling everyone about her potions, but no one was paying any attention to her. She was again disappointed, but a man told her that he could give her food if she would massage him. Other men also asked for the same and she agreed. She was enjoying her food and suddenly a girl brought an injured man and was asking for ointment. Kaoru yelled at them and asked to do healing magic, but everyone was staring at her silently. She stepped forward and said she would manage this and gave a potion to the girl to give him and poured a drink on his wounds and then her potion on the wounds and he healed. She also gave a potion to the other injured man, and he also got healed. Everyone was surprised and thought that she was an angel. The next morning when she woke up, she thought about what everyone had told her, that they didn't have any magic and the lights were not magic stones either. She thought that in a world with no magic, if people came to know about her magical power, then there would be a disaster for her. Suddenly a man told her that she was summoned by the lord of this land and took her with himself. He was holding her hand, and to free her hand she told him that her watch was very expensive. When she met with the lord, he asked about the potions, and while taking tea she told him that she made them by herself, but now she can't. He returned her watch, but she said it was not working and she had to repair it. He got angry and she succeeded in her vicious plan. He ordered the maid to prepare the best room for her and she got a place to live and free food. She was in her room and the maid came with the tools to repair her watch. She looked at her from top to bottom and asked for a favor. Now she was served by the maids of her height, and she started checking that who would be useful for her. She selected a maid named Hannah and asked her to bring snacks for her at night and they would work together, and she agreed. She mesmerized Hannah and then stole everything, and then she also removed her clothes and cut her own hair. Then she changed into that maid by using her potion and was excited and left the room. The guard didn't catch her, and she left. The lord was surprised and shocked that he got dumped. Now she had already changed her get up again, hid behind a tree, and started eating the food she had saved. When the finders sent by the Lord came there, they didn't find her because they also had intentions to get money from the Lord only, they didn't have the intention to find her. They left and she came out. She started walking and thought that she had the ability to make the potions so she could survive in this world. The next day she was sleeping in the forest, and people were shocked to see her. They woke her up and they thought that she was Celestine, but Kaoru told them that she was her friend and came to this world for rest and to spread her goddess powers. The boy named Hector introduced himself, the cute little girl named Eunice, and their guard named Francette. Hector told her that they were there to meet their grandmother because she was ill and asked her to give them something to cure her. Kaoru thought that she could do this for Celestine's sake and asked them to tell her a sad story. Either Hector's or Eunice's story couldn't make her cry, but Francette's story made her cry and potions appeared because Francette told her that at the age of getting married, she was practicing her swordsmanship and then came back. All of her friends were married. Her body was changed into strong muscles and wasn't able to get married. This was a sad story for Kaoru, and she gave a potion to Hector for his grandmother and 2 potions to Francette. One for her and one for anyone she wanted to cure. Now after a month, they went to their king and told him everything, but he didn't believe them. So Francette stood up and drank the potion she changed into her younger body, and everyone was shocked. Now she gave the second potion to the king for his elder brother Roland because he was injured and wasn't able to use his one hand. King took that after an argument with Roland drenched the potion and now he was able to use his hand. King tried to give his crown to Roland because he was older, but he refused because he didn't want to get busy with the king's stuff and had a naughty eye on Francette. On the other side, Kaoru said goodbye to the one she had taken a lift from and went to Aris and came to know that everyone in that world had only one religion and they believed in Celestine. Now she went to a shop to sell the stuff which she had stolen. She told the keeper a fake story and he bought the things. After getting the money she was very happy. She went out and thought that her potion thing didn't exist in this world, so she had to keep it a secret. Fernand was very sad after doing a lot of paperwork and Fabio told him that it was normal for a king and Alain came. He took them to town, and they went to the restaurant. They met with Agathe the waitress, and when they saw the menu they were surprised because it was all new things that they had not eaten before. Even when they got their order and ate it, they were surprised by the blend of mixes and the taste of the food was also new to them. Im came to Alain, and he asked her for an opinion, and they dealt with 5 silver coins. Alain showed them Kaoru, who was giving a restaurant owner a good idea about how he could increase his sales and manage his work. They were admired for her intelligence and now it was their turn. When they came back, they all were shocked by her knowledge. They asked her about the taxes, and she gave them the greatest idea to deal with the rates and taxes for imports, exports, and taxes for the merchants. Fernand suddenly said she wanted her, and Alain told him that she was very little, and he said he wasn't meant like that. Kaoru was very happy because she had friends like Im and Agathe. They were enjoying their meal and having fun. But this lasts there because the next day, Fernand starts disturbing her and one day she gets angry and yells at him. She tells him that she wasn't his personal thing which he could order at any time. Furthermore, she can't advise him anymore. He even tried to force her to go with him, but everyone stood up for Kaoru and he had to leave, so he left and told everything to his friends, and they told him that Kaoru was very special and he had to deal with her with patience. After some days Kaoru was cleaning when a carriage stopped by her and an arrogant man gave her a letter and left. She was surprised because it was a call from the castle. Now she went to the castle and the guard was shocked to see the invitation and let her in because the day before the party she said goodbye to everyone she was working with. The other girls were preparing for the party, but Kaoru turned into a maid and left. At the party Fernand was desperately waiting for her. Fabio and Alain came, and he told them that he was waiting for someone. Alain asked if he had decided to get married to someone. He said that he had sent a personal invitation with clothes and everything, but she didn't arrive yet. Fabio told him that he had seen Kaoru on the first floor in a waitress's dress and Fernand ran there and asked her why she was wearing those clothes. She was sure that he was the one after all this. She said when she got the invitation, she thought that it was for this job because she was a commoner, but he summoned the man he had sent and asked for the dress and jewelry, and he said he had delivered it. But she said she got only an invitation, but she saw a box but thought that it was her neighbor's parcel, so she didn't open it. Fernand was mad at him. But still, he grabbed her hand and said he wanted to marry her. Everyone was shocked. She said that she was a commoner and was a waitress there, so she couldn't. He said it didn't mean anything to him, but she was determined, and she said she just didn't want to get married to a prince. Because the life of a queen was very difficult, she said the reality and the queen even cried. She started brainwashing and everyone was silently listening to her. She said that even royal families didn't have good friends because they only pretended to be good and happy, but the fact is they were empty from the inside. Guests also started crying after listening to her. She said that she wanted a simple, pure, and happy life in which she could love her husband and family. Particularly, she refuses all the glories and chooses a simple life with love. Fernand tries to stop her because he says her intelligence and looks are a great treasure for the kingdom, but she gets angry and says, what about the person Kaoru? She injured herself and said now she was ugly, and he could let her go. Fabio and Alain also stopped Fernand and she left. She was running because the injury was hurting and she drank the potion. She met with a man, and he gave her some stuff for use, and she left with happiness. Now she was with a man in the carriage, and she was giving him good advice. He offered her a job, but she refused, and he was shocked that she refused. But she thought that she didn't want to repeat her mistakes, so she went to a shop for the job and the receptionist gave her a job. When Kaoru went there, she met with Bardot. He took her inside and introduced her to everyone, but the house was very dirty and messy. Kaoru, by using the potions, cleaned everything and they were surprised. Now Assel was making a bottle and she asked if he could sell her bottles also because she could make containers with her power. She made a very beautiful bottle with her power, and when showed it to everyone they were surprised and asked about the maker, but she made an excuse and settled the matter. Now she was living a peaceful life, and in her free time she went to the library to learn more about this world. She was just buying things and a boy stole her purse, but she didn't chase because she said it was nothing. The boy was waiting for her at night, and she went with him. They went to a place where people were poor and had nothing but hope for survival and a bright future. She went to a home and met with Kosha a little and gave her sick mother a potion and she recovered. They were happy, and for the payment, she cuddled with Kosha. Now she has started working for the people by using information given by kids and named her teen the Eyes of the Goddess. Subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.